Ply is a tool that lets you add features to your apps fast and without code. We've recently partnered with SmartSuite, and I'm going to show you a few features you can build that'll let you get even more out of their amazing app. First off, Ply lets you create records in SmartSuite from any of your other apps. Let's say you have this application in SmartSuite where you store customer feedback. I use Ply to add a feature to my Gmail that appears on all of my messages as this blue button. And when I click on it on a specific message, it turns it into a record in that application that we saw, and then opens up the new record in another tab. The record that's opening up right now includes all of the information from the Gmail message, like the sender's name, email address, and the body of the message. And I set it up to open up so that I can immediately start adding follow-up tasks to the feedback. Here's a slightly more complex feature that does something similar. Let's say I'm part of a team where the developers keep track of bugs and issues in a SmartSuite application like this, where each bug has an upvote number representing the number of times that bug has been reported. And the support staff talk to customers in Intercom. With Ply, I added a feature to my Intercom conversations that lets the support staff create new bugs or upvote existing ones. Here's how it works. When they click on this bug button, they see this interface that lets them search through the existing bugs. I'm going to see if there's a bug that relates to sharing. And since there is, I can select it and click done, and that bug's upvote number is increased by 1. On the other hand, if I encounter a bug in Intercom that isn't in the database, I can use the interface to create a new bug. I need to supply a name and a description, and these two fields are automatically pre-filled with information from the conversation where I clicked on the button. I give the bug a priority and a type, and these dropdowns display values that are synced with the properties in my SmartSuite application. And when I click done, a new record gets added here in the backlog category. So here's the bug I just created from Intercom. I can also use Ply to add features to my SmartSuite. Let's say I have the sales CRM in SmartSuite where each record is a contact that has an email address. I use Ply to add this feature to my records. And when I click on it, I see an interface where I can compose an email and then send it. The to field is automatically pre-filled with the value in the email property. I can add a subject, and I can edit a message that is automatically generated that uses a few key pieces of data from the record, like the person's first name and their title. When I hit send, the email that I just sent gets documented as a comment on this record, and it's also sent to the recipient. So here's the email I just sent to myself from that record. To add a feature to an app with Ply, have open that app and then click on Ply's Chrome extension. Then click Create New Module and then choose the context for your module. The context is the part of the app that you're adding a feature to, and it determines where you'll see the button that triggers your feature, along with what data from that app your feature will be able to use. In Gmail, Ply lets you add features to message attachments, to entire email threads, to individual messages within a thread, and to the email compose block. Let's say I choose the message context. Now I need to connect my Gmail account to give Ply access to my information in Gmail, and to select an email to use as sample data while I set up what my feature does. The default choice is to use the email from the page I'm currently in. Now I design what the button that triggers my feature looks like. I can choose from any of these icons and any of these colors. And when I'm happy with how it looks, I click Save and Open Flow Editor. Here, I set up my feature's functionality by adding steps to a workflow, and steps come in 3 types. There are helper steps that manipulate data in some way or perform browser actions like opening a URL in a new tab, or even add conditional logic to the workflow. There are integration steps that perform actions in the apps that Ply integrates with, and there are interface steps that show the user an interface in the app that you've added a feature to. The flow for my published Intercom bug reporting feature looks like this. In the first step, the feature gets data on the fields from my SmartSuite app, and then it shows the user an interface that I built using Ply's block-based interface builder. Next, a branching step determines, using conditional logic, how the feature will continue. If the user chose to upvote a bug in the interface, then the feature continues along this upvote branch. And if the user chose to create a new bug in the interface, then it continues along this create branch. And finally, the feature shows a success message in an interface right in Intercom. We're still in beta, so if you want to use Ply and add features like the ones I showed here, we'd like to give you a personal onboarding call first. We'll talk about what features could boost your workflow and help you build them. So to book the call, go to go.ply.io/smartsuite or reach out through SmartSuite's customer support team. Thanks for watching.